On April 15th of last year, J.P. Norden and his brother Paul headed to the Boston Marathon to cheer on a friend. A few blocks from where they were standing, an explosion ripped through the crowds.
We're confused, and in the background, everyone's cheering. Some people are cheering, some people are scared, some people start crying immediately. And
like one of our friends was like, that was a bomb, and then another friend was like, oh, we need to get in the street.
Unfortunately for J.P. and Paul Norden, they were standing at the site of the second bomb. Here they are, just seconds before the worst moment of their lives. J.P.'s in the blue hat, that's Paul in the gray hat, and that's accused bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev. And in that knapsack is the second bomb. Seconds later,
something just blew up.
When I started coming to a little bit, I tried to get up, and I must have went like this with this side, and I couldn't get up. My leg was gone. I noticed it was gone.
When I came to, I saw that, for some reason, I saw my leg right away, off.
Then you just see, bodies on the ground everywhere, people everywhere. You could smell, I don't know, it must have been blood and burned clothes and everything.
Paul managed to call his mother. He told her he was hurt really badly and that he couldn't find his brother.
I knew he wouldn't call me just to call me, to tell me a bomb went off. I knew something was wrong.
Medical staff rushed J.P. and Paul to different hospitals. When they arrived, the outlook was grim for both of them. Each was missing his right leg and would need emergency surgery. Paul was in far worse shape than his older brother.
Honestly, we really didn't think he was going to make it.
J.P. started to heal, but Paul remained in a coma for a week. He was the final patient from the bombing who was listed in critical condition. But the family kept that news from his big brother.
I kept asking her every day that, hey, can I talk to Paul? And I guess if I was thinking a little bit straighter, I would have known that I was getting lied to or something. I knew we both were in rough shape.
Their reunion finally came in the hallways of Beth Israel Hospital.
It was the first time I actually got to see what happened and to see how really injured he was.
After all the stories you hear and how bad he was doing, he looked better than I did. So I was like, what was really going on? They lying to me again?
For the past year, J.P. and Paul have been in and out of surgery and rehab hospitals, regaining their strength and learning to walk again. They've written a book about their experiences, Twice as Strong.
What they've endured and what they've come through is amazing. It's incredible.
The Norden brothers rarely talk about those other brothers, the ones whose bombs redirected the courses of their lives. Their mother, though, is closely watching the capital murder and terrorism trial against Dzhokhar Tsarnaev.
I'll be there every day. I want to know what happened. I want to know how or who or why could someone do this to innocent people.
I don't even talk about it. I don't even want to give the kid any acknowledgement or anything. I'm going to be living as normal as possible.
Normal will have to mean getting back to work. The One Fund Boston awarded the brothers each just under $1.2 million, but that money will not last forever. They'll need new prosthetics every 3 to 5 years at a cost of more than $100,000 per prosthetic. So they're now in the process of trying to start their own roofing and sheet metal company.
Is this going to be manageable for you financially?
Honestly, I don't know. You know what I mean? Obviously, if you have to buy a leg every 3 to 5 years, and, if I live my life expectancy, I probably don't have enough money, but I got to do what I got to do.
I would like to think we're going to be okay no matter what. We're going to work, we're going to do all that, so whatever we can do, but I don't know.
I have to say, as we're at the 1-year anniversary, you guys seem great.
Thanks.
I feel good.
Yeah, we feel good.
Compared to last year, I feel 3,000 times better. Our family, friends, girlfriends, in the public, they just were so good and so, they gave you positive thoughts and positive words all the time. How could you fail? I don't think that we could.